Well, let me ask you something. Do you want an extraordinary life, or are you willing to settle for average? Because make no mistake, success is not an accident. It's not luck. It's not just handed to you. Success is built. It's earned. And it all comes down to mastering the right skills. Everything in life is shaped by the way you manage your emotions. The ability to control your emotions instead of letting them control you is the difference between success and failure, between resilience and collapse. Most people react to life rather than take charge of it. They let fear, frustration, anger, or doubt dictate their actions. They allow external circumstances to determine their mood, their decisions, and ultimately their future. But those who rise above, the ones who build unstoppable momentum, have mastered the ability to harness their emotions and use them as fuel rather than a force that holds them back. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone sabotage themselves because they couldn't handle stress? How often do people give up because they feel overwhelmed? The truth is, emotions are powerful. They can drive you forward or pull you under. And the moment you understand that you are in control of how you feel, not the circumstances, not other people, not even your past, you unlock an entirely new level of power. This isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. It's about developing the skill to manage them effectively. It's about recognizing that fear, doubt, and frustration are natural, but they don't have to dictate your actions. The most successful people in the world experience the same emotions as everyone else. The difference is they don't let those emotions stop them. They use them strategically. Fear, for example, is one of the most paralyzing emotions, but it can also be one of the most motivating. It's not the fear itself that matters, it's how you respond to it. Do you let it keep you stuck, or do you use it as a signal for action? The best in the world feel fear just like you do, but instead of letting it consume them, they channel it into preparation, focus, and execution. They train themselves to see fear as a challenge rather than a stop sign. The same applies to frustration. Frustration is an indicator that something needs to change. Average people let frustration turn into excuses or complaints. High performers turn frustration into problem solving. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I do to change this?" That single shift in perspective transforms frustration from a roadblock into a catalyst for action. Then there's the power of managing your state in real time. The way you move, the way you breathe, and even the way you speak to yourself all impact your emotional state. Ever notice how when people feel defeated, their body slumps, their breathing is shallow, and their words are filled with doubt? That's because emotion is linked to physiology. Change your physical state, and you change your emotional state. That's why some of the highest achievers use movement, music, or even a simple deep breath to reset themselves instantly. Another critical part of emotional mastery is breaking the habit of negative patterns. Many people live in a cycle of stress, worry, and hesitation because they've trained themselves to respond that way. They reinforce negativity without even realizing it. But just like any habit, this can be rewired. The key is awareness. Catching yourself in those moments and interrupting the pattern. Instead of spiraling into negativity, shift your focus to solutions, to gratitude, to action. The mind will follow where your focus goes. The truth is, life will always test you. There will always be challenges, setbacks, and moments that push you to your limits. You don't get to control everything that happens, but you do get to control how you respond, and that response determines everything. Your ability to influence and communicate effectively is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Everything you want in life, whether it's success in business, stronger relationships, or the ability to lead and inspire, comes down to how well you can connect with people. Most people think communication is just about talking, but it's so much more than that. It's about understanding human psychology, knowing how to get your message across in a way that resonates, and being able to inspire action. The greatest leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries all have one thing in common. They know how to move people. They understand that the way they speak, the way they carry themselves, and the words they choose determine how people respond to them. They aren't just talking to be heard. They're speaking to create impact. They know that communication isn't just about what you say, it's about how you say it. Your tone, your body language, your energy all play a role in how your message is received. One of the biggest mistakes people make in communication is focusing too much on themselves. They think about what they want to say rather than what the other person needs to hear. But true influence comes from understanding the other person's perspective. It's about listening, not just hearing. It's about recognizing what drives people, what they fear, what they desire, and then shaping your message in a way that speaks directly to them. When you understand people at that level, you become someone they trust, someone they listen to, and someone they follow. Influence isn't about manipulation. It's about connection. People follow those who make them feel understood, those who can articulate their thoughts and feelings even better than they can themselves. That's why great communicators don't just talk, they evoke emotion, they tell stories, they paint pictures with their words, they make people feel something, because logic makes people think, but emotion makes people act. If you can master the ability to communicate with emotion, you can lead, you can sell, you can inspire, and you can get people to move. Confidence is another crucial piece of communication. People don't just listen to what you say, they respond to how certain you are when you say it. If you hesitate, if you sound unsure, if your body language doesn't match your words, people will feel it. They may not even know why, but something will seem off and they won't fully trust what you're saying. But when you speak with absolute certainty, when you deliver your words with conviction, people naturally gravitate toward you. They believe in you because you believe in yourself. Another key element of influence is adaptability. No two people are the same, and no two conversations should be the same. The best communicators know how to read the room, adjust their energy, and speak in a way that fits the person or audience in front of them. They can shift their approach without losing their message. They know when to be direct, when to be persuasive, when to challenge, and when to encourage. They understand that influence isn't about forcing people to see things your way. It's about guiding them toward a realization on their own. The ability to communicate and influence effectively is what separates those who struggle to be heard from those who command attention. It's what turns ideas into action, conversations into opportunities, and relationships into partnerships. Every successful person, whether they're leading a business, building a brand, or making an impact on the world, has mastered the art of communication. Success is never about having the perfect conditions. It's not about having more money, more connections, or more time. It's about resourcefulness. The people who win in life are the ones who stop making excuses about what they don't have and start maximizing what they do have. They don't wait for the perfect opportunity, they create it. They don't sit around hoping for a break, they figure out a way to make it happen. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle isn't access to resources, it's the ability to be resourceful, no matter what. Most people think they need more before they can start. They believe they need more knowledge, more experience, more support, but the truth is, everything you need to take the next step is already within your reach. It's not about what you lack, it's about how you use what's available to you. The most successful people in the world weren't handed a perfect set of circumstances. They learned how to adapt, how to solve problems, how to find a way forward when others would have given up. They weren't stopped by limitations, they were fueled by them. Resourcefulness is a mindset. It's the ability to ask the right questions, to look for solutions instead of focusing on problems. The people who struggle in life are the ones who always find reasons why something won't work. The ones who succeed are the ones who ask, how can I make this work? That single shift in thinking changes everything. When you stop waiting for external factors to line up in your favor and instead start leveraging what you have, you become unstoppable. Think about the greatest entrepreneurs, the best athletes, the most successful artists. None of them had a smooth path. They all faced obstacles. They all had moments where they could have said, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough experience, or I don't have the right connections. But instead of seeing those things as barriers, they used them as fuel. They got creative. They learned how to network, how to innovate, how to push forward when it seemed impossible. They refused to let circumstances define their future. One of the most powerful aspects of resourcefulness is the ability to leverage people and knowledge. No one succeeds alone, but most people never even try to reach out for help. They assume they have to do everything themselves, or they let pride stop them from asking for guidance. The most successful people understand that someone out there has already solved the problem they're facing. Instead of wasting time trying to figure everything out on their own, they seek out the right mentors, the right information, the right strategies. They don't wait for someone to hand them an answer, they go out and find it. Another key to resourcefulness is adaptability. Life is unpredictable. Plans will fall apart, challenges will arise, and things won't always go the way you expect. Most people get stuck when their initial plan doesn't work. They see obstacles as dead ends. But resourceful people see obstacles as detours, not roadblocks. They adjust, they experiment, they pivot. They don't let setbacks define them because they know there is always another way. If one door closes, they build their own door. If a strategy fails, they learn from it and try something new. They understand that success isn't about never facing challenges, it's about how quickly and effectively they can overcome them. The truth is, no one ever truly has the perfect circumstances. There will always be challenges, always be limitations, always be reasons to wait. But waiting doesn't create results, action does. And the people who win in life are the ones who take what they have, no matter how little, and find a way to make it work. 4.0, you said keynote no 0.4 expanded into 600 words, don't add ending sentences, don't add any hatings, ChatGPT said. The ability to adapt is one of the most important skills you can develop. No matter how much you plan, how smart you are, or how hard you work, life will throw unexpected challenges your way. The people who succeed at the highest levels are not the ones who avoid obstacles. They are the ones who know how to pivot, adjust, and keep moving forward no matter what happens. Adaptability is the difference between those who stay stuck and those who keep rising. Most people resist change. They get comfortable with routines, systems, and habits that feel safe. But the world is constantly evolving, and what works today might not work tomorrow. The moment you refuse to change, you start falling behind. The most successful people understand that the ability to shift gears, embrace new challenges, and find solutions in real time is what separates them from everyone else. They don't panic when things don't go according to plan. Instead, they take a step back, assess the situation, and find the next best move. A major reason people struggle with adaptability is fear. Fear of uncertainty, fear of failure, fear of making the wrong choice. But fear is just an indicator that growth is happening. When things feel uncomfortable, when things are changing fast, that's when you know you're stepping into something bigger. The problem isn't change itself, it's how you respond to it. People who resist change waste energy fighting reality, while those who embrace it channel their energy into making the best of the new situation. The choice is always there. Either let fear control you or use it as a signal to take action. Another part of adaptability is the ability to learn quickly. The people who stay ahead are the ones who are always learning, always absorbing new information, always improving. They don't cling to outdated ways of thinking. They don't assume they already know everything. Instead, they stay curious, they ask questions, they study what's working and what's not. They understand that growth never stops, and that the faster they learn, the faster they can adjust and succeed. Adaptability also means being open to different perspectives. Too many people get stuck because they refuse to see things in a new way. They insist that their way is the only way, even when it's not working. The most adaptable people are the ones who listen, who take in new ideas, who are willing to shift their approach when needed. They don't take criticism personally, they use it to improve. They don't see change as a threat, they see it as an opportunity. Some of the greatest success stories in history come from people who were willing to adapt. Businesses that survived economic crashes, athletes who overcame career-threatening injuries, leaders who navigated crisis situations. They all have one thing in common. They didn't stay stuck in the way things used to be. They focused on what they could do instead of what they couldn't. They found a way forward when others gave up. The reality is, things will never go exactly as planned. Markets shift, relationships change, unexpected challenges arise. But the ability to adapt gives you power. It keeps you moving. It allows you to thrive no matter what life throws your way. The most successful people don't wait for the perfect conditions. They create success by being flexible, by staying sharp, and by making the best out of every situation. Taking massive action is the key to achieving anything significant in life. Most people spend their time thinking, planning, and waiting for the perfect moment. They convince themselves they need more information, more resources, or more confidence before they start. But the truth is, success belongs to those who move, the ones who step up, take risks, and push forward even when they don't have all the answers. Action creates momentum, and momentum changes everything. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing they need to feel ready before they take action. They wait for motivation, for the right mood, for a sign that now is the time. But waiting is the enemy of progress. The most successful people don't wait to feel ready, they act their way into readiness. They understand that clarity comes from action, not from sitting around overthinking. The more you do, the more you learn. The more you learn, the better you get. And the better you get, the closer you are to the results you want. Massive action isn't about taking a few small steps and hoping things work out. It's about going all in. It's about making a real commitment to do whatever it takes to succeed. Too many people dip their toes in the water, testing things out, and then wonder why they're not getting results. The truth is, success requires full immersion. It requires showing up every single day with intensity and focus. It requires pushing through discomfort, ignoring distractions, and refusing to settle for average. Taking massive action also means being relentless. Most people give up too soon. They try something once or twice, and if they don't see results right away, they assume it's not working. But success doesn't happen overnight. It happens through persistence, through repetition, through the willingness to keep going even when things feel uncertain. The most successful people don't stop when things get hard. They don't let temporary setbacks define them. They adjust, they learn, and they keep moving forward with even more determination. Speed matters. The faster you take action, the faster you get feedback. Every successful person knows that progress isn't about perfection. It's about making moves, seeing what works, and adjusting along the way. The longer you wait, the more time you waste stuck in the same place. Every day that goes by without action is another day further from your goals. The ones who succeed are the ones who understand that time is the most valuable resource they have. They don't waste it. They don't let fear hold them back. They take action now. Another key to taking massive action is eliminating excuses. Most people have a list of reasons why they can't start. Lack of time, lack of money, lack of support. But successful people don't focus on what they don't have. They focus on what they can do with what they have. They find a way. They refuse to let circumstances dictate their future. Every excuse is just a story that keeps you stuck. When you drop the excuses and commit fully, everything changes. Taking massive action isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart. It's about focusing on the things that actually move the needle. Most people stay busy, but not productive. They spend hours on tasks that don't really matter, then wonder why they aren't getting anywhere. The people who achieve real success are the ones who identify what truly drives results and go all in on those things. They don't get caught up in distractions. They don't waste time on things that don't push them forward. They focus, execute, and stay locked in on their vision. Your ability to master self-discipline will determine how far you go in life. Talent, intelligence, and ambition mean nothing if you don't have the discipline to put in the work consistently. The people who achieve their biggest goals aren't the ones who feel motivated every day. They're the ones who show up and do what needs to be done even when they don't feel like it. Success is never about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every single day, no matter what. Most people let their emotions dictate their actions. If they feel tired, they skip the workout. If they feel uninspired, they put off their goals. If they don't see immediate results, they lose motivation. But the people who reach the highest levels understand that discipline is doing what needs to be done regardless of how they feel. They don't let their emotions control them. They control their emotions. They have the ability to override temporary feelings and stay focused on the bigger picture. Self-discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about making the right choices more often than not. It's about building habits that set you up for long-term success. Every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. Every time you push yourself to follow through, you strengthen your discipline. And every time you give in to excuses, you weaken it. The small daily decisions you make compound over time. Those choices are either building you up or tearing you down. The most successful people have systems in place that make discipline easier. They don't rely on willpower alone because they know willpower is limited. They create routines, set clear goals, and remove temptations that could pull them off track. They design their environment in a way that supports their success. If they want to work out consistently, they schedule it into their day like an important meeting. If they want to be productive, they eliminate distractions and create a space where they can focus. They don't leave their success up to chance. They make sure that discipline is built into their daily lives. One of the hardest parts of self-discipline is pushing through resistance. That voice in your head will try to convince you to take the easy route. It will tell you that skipping one day won't hurt, that you can start tomorrow, that you deserve to take it easy. But the people who win are the ones who recognize that voice for what it is, an excuse. They don't negotiate with themselves. They don't give in to that moment of weakness. They remind themselves why they started and they push forward anyway. Discipline is also about delayed gratification. Most people want quick results. They want to see progress immediately, and when they don't, they get frustrated and quit. But real success is about playing the long game. It's about putting in the work day after day, knowing that the payoff will come later. The people who achieve the biggest goals are the ones who can stay patient and trust the process. They don't need instant validation. They stay committed even when there's no immediate reward. There will always be distractions, temptations, and reasons to quit. Life will test your discipline over and over again, but the ones who succeed are the ones who stay locked in. They don't let external circumstances shake them. They develop an unshakable commitment to their vision and they follow through no matter what. Self-discipline isn't just about working hard. It's about being consistent, staying focused, and refusing to let anything pull you off course.